One of the biggest problems I see with the bassists that I coach is this. They're way too over-reliant on exercises. They're looking to take cold patterns and drills and then force them into music. Now, don't get me wrong, exercises and drills are great, but here's the question. What if we flip that? What if instead of trying to make exercises sound musical, we started with real music and turned that into more music? That's what we're doing today. We're going to take Stevie Wonder's most iconic bass lick, a lick from Sir Duke, and we're going to transform it into 5 killer licks that you can use in other contexts. This is about working directly from the source and taking something that's already super musical, that's already amazing, and expanding it into more powerful ideas. Hey everybody, Lauren Cohn here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, we're not gonna just learn Stevie's iconic lick here. I'm not just gonna take you through the lick and show you how to play it. There are tons of YouTube tutorials on that. We're gonna do something a bit different, okay? In a minute, I'm gonna show you how we can break that down, how I broke down this lick into 5 killer little pentatonic licks. But first, I'm going to show you how we can do something called backloading with this lick. Backloading is a term I coined for my Bass Improv Mastery program. It's one of the main things we do to get the most out of what we already know. The idea is simple. You take a fragment, a line, or just a little phrase, something that you already know that's under your fingers, and then you inject it into different entry points of chords. Instead of constantly chasing new scales, new patterns, new modes, you work on getting high leverage from simple musical ideas. And this is one of the most powerful ways to build your vocabulary. So you all know this one. Let me just review it for you quickly and play it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's an extended pentatonic lick with a lot of decorations. I like to think about this line as a pentatonic playbook because there's so much in here we can use. And as bassists, or any instrumentalists, we need a pentatonic playbook. So much of our vocabulary is pentatonic or blues oriented. And remember, the blues scale is just a 5-note pentatonic scale with an added blue note, making it a 6-note scale. Pentatonic material is the foundation of everything we do, whether we're grooving or soloing. Now I'm going to go back to my previous screen here. Remember, you can download this all below. I'm not going to have the PDF here to follow along with because I want you to actually see what I'm doing here on the keyboard. I tell everybody in my program, I'm trying to get you to start to think like pianists. It's not about becoming a great pianist, although it'll be amazing, and I'm on a life journey to just become an okay pianist. But what I recommend doing is just checking out some of these voicings that I'm playing. You can even screenshot them so that if you have a keyboard, which if you don't, I want you to go out today and get some sort of keyboard. So you can even screenshot and see these ultra simple little voicings that I'm playing on the piano and that you can play along with. All right. So the tune is in B major, right? So if I just play B major 7th, right, it's going to sound great. Right? So that works great. So if we're in this B major universe, all right, or if we were to transpose this to any key, we can also backload this lick into some other chords in this key center to get some really cool sounds. So let's say we just played the relative minor. So B major here, relative minor is going to be G sharp minor, and we backloaded this lick, into G sharp minor. All right. So if I play G sharp minor here, and again, these are super simple, dumb voicings, but they get the point across. And if you want to be able to do what I'm doing here, which I really recommend you do, you can just screenshot this and literally just take these voicings and go to the keyboard and plink out, what you're seeing me do here. Okay, so when we start doing this, it generally sounds best if we take the lick up an octave, all right? And I may just alter it a little bit in terms of, where I'm playing it in the octave. But if we start playing this lick over G sharp major, and again, This should say G sharp. Sorry about that. This app does not necessarily do enharmonics the way I want it to. So if I play this lick now, takes your ear a second to wrap around it because we're so used to having it in this major seventh context, you know. Right. And I know you can't see me playing right now, but that's okay. It's not necessarily about seeing where the notes are. What we're doing here is really about hearing how this lick connects to the chords, so that if you hear the relative minor on a major seventh structure, you start to know that you can inject or backload something like this lick in there. And even if you just played this lick, it's going to be great. In the jazz world, we call this quoting, right? It's like you're quoting Stevie Wonder. It doesn't get any hipper than that, all right? So G sharp minor works great there because this is the relative minor of B major, okay? We can also do this, I think it sounds great, from the 4 chord of B major, right? If I play E major 7th here, all right? And again, take a screenshot of this voicing, right? And do what I'm doing. Go to a keyboard and do this. Same thing, play that lick again. Right? I can even play the low E here, just to recenter my ear, right? Right? Sorry, but you get the idea. Right? I also think this sounds great on the 2 chord. Remember, we're in B major 7th, so our 2 chord is going to be C sharp minor, okay? C sharp minor 7th. Again, I'm going to play this up an octave. And again, apologize for the enharmonics here. They'd say C sharp in the bass there. But again, you can screenshot this and go to your keyboard and play these notes. So again. And I can play the root down here just to center my ear again. Okay, just giving myself the root again, just center my ear into this minor universe. Right. Centering it back into C sharp minor, okay? Now that we've explored how to do this on just single static chords, let's explore some simple 2-5-1s related to B major. First, just in B major, diatonic to B major, 2-5-1 in B major, C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7 to B major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, love it. Sounds great. Now let's look at a 2-5-1 going to the 4 chord. Remember, in B major, our 4 chord is E major 7. What if we play this over a 2-5-1 going just to E major 7? So we have F sharp minor 7, B7 to E major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. Okay. So the quick formula for this one is you basically just play this lick, the Sir Duke lick, off of the 5 chord, right? So in this case, we played F sharp minor 7, B7 to E major 7, 2-5-1. That B dominant 7th is our 5 chord. So I played the lick. I played this Stevie lick, the B major pentatonic lick. Let's say we had a 2-5 going to F major. I'm going to play this lick from the 5th degree, from the dominant 7th, from the 5 portion of it, right? So G minor 7, C7, F major 7. I'm going to play it from C. Okay, and that's going to work on a 2-5-1 to F major. Now let's get to the 5 licks, the 5 mini licks that I think are buried within this long pentatonic lick, and how you can just take these out of context and start to rework them in a variety of different ways. First one here on this PDF, and again, you can download this PDF. Okay, so I'm thinking that this first lick extends here, so boom, 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 right? Start on that root, end on that root, okay? So again, that's just a great little lick from Stevie's Pentatonic Playbook. You know, we're building some pentatonic language here. So we already talked about how we can put this on some different chords. Let's put this on C sharp minor. Remember, we already talked about how this whole thing will work on a 2 chord, on the 2 minor chord, all right? So let's just check this out. We're taking this totally out of context now. We're sort of tearing this apart to grab the musical vocabulary in here. Okay, so if you're trying to build up your vocabulary and you're like, I want to learn some pentatonic licks, don't go first to try and find some PDF to give you the pentatonic licks. You've got one of the greatest pentatonic lines here in the history of music. Explore what we have here first, because it's already works. It's already time tested, and it already is great. And then work with it a little bit. Make some music out of it. Make it your own. Right? Play around with it, right? So the second one here in green just starts where we left off. Really, these mini licks almost come from each bar, each 2 bars of this phrase. You could start it on the B or on the C sharp. Just for the sake of making it super clear, I'm going to start on this B here. And so, you know, what do we have? Right? Let's try playing this over G sharp minor. All right? And then the idea here is making it your own, right? So again, the green part here, this green little line. Right? What am I doing there? I'm just using this as a little starting point and then making it my own. And again, taking something and breaking it apart. Now the third lick we can pull from this right here, these 2 bars starting here. This one almost is G sharp minor-ish. Let's put this on E major 7th. All right, let's try this on E major. And even right there, so much I can do with that. Right? And then I'm just improvising off that. And then moving on to number 4, this one in orange here. Again, if I just were to play this where it's written, right there, right? Even just that first bar is amazing. Okay, but again, what I really like to do is move these things around. Let's take it up an octave if you can. All right, let's take it all the way up here. Okay, and now let's put another one of our chords on it. Let's put C sharp minor on this one again. All right, let's play this all the way up here. I know I added a couple notes in there, but that's the point with this. The point is we've learned this already. We're not just trying to learn the whole lick. We're trying to just take the musical information and make it our own. last one, number 5 in red here, if I just play it where it's written. Okay, let's put this on C sharp minor again. I think I may have just done that for a previous one, but you get the idea, right? Let's take it up an octave. So killing, just a little lick there. Let's say it was grooving in C sharp minor. Right? So much you can do with that. I think that was just the first bar. All right, playing that up an octave instead of down here. Right, kind of making it your own, taking this and making it your own. These are 5 licks, 5 mini licks that I pulled from Sir Duke. Maybe you can find your own in there. Maybe there's other combinations that work. Maybe there's more than 5. I don't know. Let me know if you find anything else in the comments, any other ways of breaking this down. So that's the idea here, not only just taking this iconic lick, backloading it into some different chords, but seeing what's in here, taking the material in here, coming up with our own licks from this material so that we're not just playing cold exercises. If you want to learn some pentatonic material, go straight to the source, go straight to one of the greatest pentatonic lines ever written and make it your own. This is what jazz musicians do all the time. And if you like this approach, you can click the link below to schedule a call with me to learn more about my program, learn more about my Bass Improv program, where we work a lot with backloading, take a variety of things that you already know and backloading them into the most important chords and progressions. And if you want to learn more about what you can do with simple pentatonics, click here.